Hello and welcome back to Investing for Generations, your channel for high quality stock research for long-term value investor. And today I want to continue with my analysis of small caps and better with cheap small caps. Last week I started this series and I analyzed two stocks in my latest video, and one of these two stocks I bought yesterday. So if you want to check out this video, then feel free. You find this on my channel or in the description below. And if you want to know which stock I bought, then you have to watch my video on the weekend with the update on my real money portfolio. So stay tuned. And if you never want to miss another video, just to get these updates what I bought, then please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up. This helps my little YouTube channel and the algorithm of YouTube a lot. And then we will see most of the time 2 times a week. Thank you. So today I want to talk about Adcore. Adcore right now is traded around $105 at the time when I recorded it. The market capitalization is 4.8 billion and the P/E ratio is 8.65, which seems quite cheap, even if the stock price over the last 5 years really exploded from around $20 to currently over $100. So a 5-bagger over the last 5 years. Quite nice. Should made this video 5 years ago or at least 1 year ago, and it would be a great return. But now I found this stock at my research about the small caps. If you watch the other video, you know I looked through around 2,000 small caps, and Adcore is one of the best I found there. What is Adcore? Adcore manufactures and sells electrical safety and infrastructure products in the United States and internationally. Adcore was founded in 1959 and is headquartered in Harvey, Illinois. And it offers electrical products all around building. Here you see some examples where you find the products of Adcore, and is really almost all around you. And Adcore is a really big player in the States. It's number 1 or number 2 market positioned in the majority of product categories in the US. So you see almost in every case they are number 1 or number 2. So really good positioned with all their brands. Let's take a look at the financial numbers of Adcore. In the last 5 years, the revenue grew from $1.5 billion to currently almost $3 billion, so almost a double in 5 years. That's quite good. And when we look at the earnings per share, then it's even more impressive. Over the last 5 years, the earnings per share went from 94 cents to currently $12.19. That's incredible growth in the earnings per share over the last 5 years. Really, really impressive. The net margins are around 5%, 6, 7%, and then lately it comes up to the double digits, and right now the net margin is almost 20%, which is also an impressive number for a company like Adcore. Also, the cash flow exploded over the last 5 years from $2.48 to currently $10.75. So also here, very, very impressive, very profitable, just like I like my companies. Also, the current return on equity with 98.45% is incredible high, unbelievable high. I never saw this before. And also the return on invested capital with 48.17% is really, really high. Also here, very, very good numbers for Adcore. So they had an incredible 2021. Last but not least, take a look at the debt equity ratio, so the balance sheet, if you will. And here we see that they were able to lower the debt over the last 4 years to now currently only 0.88. And this is not super low, but I like my companies with a debt equity ratio of under 1, and so that's okay, not super, but okay. And we see here they were just able to increase the shareholders' equity over the last few years extremely, and with that also the debt equity ratio goes down to 0.88 right now. So nothing to worry also here. And what I really like, they were able to buy back a lot of shares. And this is, of course, a big increase for the shareholder value. And as I said, they had an incredible 2021. They say they had outstanding results, especially in Q4, supported by growth in plastic conduit and fittings and solid volume recovery. They received a utility patent for MC Glide from the US Patent and Trademark Office, and they were able to repurchase another 25 million in stocks. The Q4 2021 was incredible. It's almost 3 times more than in Q4 2020. And the question is that sustainable? And when we look at the outlook of Edcore, they say they anticipate that the EBITDA will just normalize. So they expect for the full year 2022 earnings per share in a range from $9.20 to $10. So a little bit less than in 2021, or a lot less than in 2021, because in 2021 overall they had earnings per share of $12.98. Even better, they also have a new 2-year share repurchase authorization of 400 million approved by the board of directors. And when we remember, the market capitalization right now is at $4.8 billion with a repurchase authorization of 400 million. That's almost 10% of the market value. Also very, very good for shareholders. When we look at the intrinsic value calculation and we take the earnings per share, the expected earnings per share for 2022, I'm sorry, here the years are not corrected already, so but nothing changed with the calculation. So let's say $9.20, and then we have a growth rate of 8 and 6% in the first 5 and years 5 to 10. And an expected return of 12% with a terminal multiplier of 10, which is still very, very low, then we come to an intrinsic value of $128. And so it seems like the stock is around 20% undervalued right now. Of course, when we see higher growth rates and when we look at the analysts, then that's also possible, and maybe a higher terminal multiplier of 20, which is still not super high but possible, then of course the intrinsic value went up to almost $290, and then of course it would be a real bargain. But what's even more impressive to me when we look at the downside, let's say we have no growth over the next 10 years and only a terminal multiplier like now of 8, then still there would be a return of almost 8%, because even then the intrinsic value would be $95 to the current share price of 105. And so overall, I will put Edcore on my watch list. It's a very interesting business. I really like that. I'm very happy I found it. And if we see maybe prices in the double digits under $100, then it's maybe time to buy a first position, because the upside seems pretty good. There's not a lot downside, and so the risk and reward ratio seems pretty good with this overall very, very solid company. So that's it for today with the analysis of this another small cap. And as I said, I bought one of the small caps from last week. And on the weekend, as every weekend, I give you my weekly update of my real money portfolio with a full insight. And there I will also tell you which of the both small caps I bought yesterday. And by the way, yesterday with a dip in the market, there was kind of a shopping tour. and I will tell you all of the buys I made yesterday on the weekend. See you then. Take care. Bye bye.